Hey guys, thanks for tuning in and joining me because I definitely need your help this week with making the daffodil projects for the Boys and Girls Club Daffy vehicle. So this video, I'm going to be showing you the instructions on making the daffodil template project. All right, so if you have already picked up your art activities at the club that I had prepared and bagged up for you guys, this activity is going to be the daffodil template project. It's the one that's in the big Stop and Shop bag. So if you pick that one up, inside that Stoppy bag, you will have a template to make the daffodil, the paper daffodil. So you should have this in your bag, and you'll have a bunch of pieces of paper. You'll have yellow piece, maybe a couple of pieces of yellow. I think I put in a couple of pieces of yellow, orange, and some green paper. All right, so what you're going to do is I want you to read over the instructions on the template page first. And if you need help reading, obviously you can ask your older brother or sister or your parents or whoever's in your house to help you read this. Okay? Then what you're going to do is, after you kind of familiarize yourself what's going to happen, what you're going to do, it's easy enough. I'll talk you through it right now so that you'll know what to do. All right, so first things first, what you're going to do is you're going to cut out all the pieces that are on the template page. So take your time and cut out each of the parts that you're going to need to trace on your paper. So I've already cut out my pieces from the template page. Then next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my paper and I'm going to trace the specific patterns onto my construction paper. So I've already done it for my green, I don't know if you can see it, on my green paper I traced my stem and my leaves. Now when you're using the paper, because I gave you enough paper where you could make a bunch of these, but just be mindful when you do your tracings, kind of do it in the position on the paper so that you can use a lot of space on the paper. So like if you were to just trace one right in the middle of your paper, then you might not be able to do more than one, because all of this paper on the side is going to be only be able to be used for maybe smaller little pieces. But if you want to make this specific pattern, I would suggest putting the tracing in the corner, and you can always put a little bit of piece of tape too, because this is going to be tricky to trace and just go lightly around with the pencil. But you can put a little piece of tape to secure it down so that when you're tracing it, it doesn't move all over your paper. And then same thing goes for, the other. So I chose to cut out, to use the yellow paper first. So I've already cut out a couple of pieces from this. And I did start in the corner of my paper so that I could make a bunch. Because like I said, if you start in the middle of your paper, you might not be able to utilize your paper to make a bunch, okay? So I did give you two pieces of green paper, two different shades of green, and then, like I said, a yellow and an orange. So we know that daffodils come in many different shapes and sizes and colors, and a mixture of colors, which are beautiful. And if you need to get a reminder of what they look like in person, you probably won't have to go too far from your house to look for some. Maybe if you don't have any in your yard, maybe look in your neighbor's yard, or take a walk down the street with your family, or if you're allowed to go on your own and look at the different daffodil colors. Okay, so with that being said, I already cut out my stem. So I traced everything. Remember, take your time because you're going to just need to use a pencil and go lightly around the template. Then you're going to cut out your shapes. So like I said, I already traced, and then I cut out my stem. And then I have my yellow daffodil. Now for putting it together, you can either use regular glue, like Glue All, Elmer's glue, a glue stick, and if you don't have those, you can always use tape. That's okay too. Or if you don't have tape and you have a stapler, you can use a stapler or anything that you have that can make this activity stick together. But I really, ultimately, it would be great if you could use this kind of glue or tape, just because we are going to be putting these on a vehicle that's going to be outside with, wind and then mist or fog or rain. You know how it is on Nantucket. So this would probably secure it the best. But like I said, if you don't have that, it's okay. We can make it stick anyway. All right, so make sure that you have your workspace covered. I don't have that at the moment. I forgot that. So I'm just going to take a piece of cardboard to work on. I have spare cardboard around here. My dining room is now my arts and craft area, which is kind of fun. So I'm going to just put a little bit of glue on the top of my stem, if I can get my glue to work. Sometimes it gets clogged up. I'm not getting it to work. I probably should have checked that. Okay, and you just need a little bit of glue, and then you use the tip to kind of spread out the glue enough to get it to stick onto the flower. So I'm taking the top of my stem with glue, and I'm putting my daffodil flower on here. Now also, if you notice, you have a circle. So what you're going to do is, to make it 3-dimensional or 2-dimensional to pop off the page, you're going to stick your finger in the middle of your paper, of the circle, and you're going to kind of crumple it around your finger so that it kind of looks kind of crimply like that. And you're going to glue it down. Then once you get it glued down, you can fix it so that it sticks up a little bit better than that. Or you could actually make some little cuts in the paper itself around the edges, and sometimes that eases up a little bit of the paper, so it's not as hard to. So you're just snipping the top of the page. So then let's get some glue in the center. A good amount of glue, not too much, otherwise it takes forever to dry. All right, then you stick that right in the center, and then that's when you can kind of make your daffodil stick up a little bit. And it's okay if it's crumply, because the daffodils have a lot of texture to them. You can even curl up the edges of the flower part too. It's okay to do that. And if you want, you can even draw, enhance your leaf and your flower with a marker or a color pencil. You can draw, lines or add colors, because like I said, the daffodils have different colors and textures and lines in them. Okay, so I have it all glued together, and voila, we have one daffodil done. If you want, you can put your name on it, but just keep your name small on the side, and then put it to the side, and please make up as many as you can with your paper that I have provided you with, and have fun with it and be creative. You could make your own design if you'd like. You could make them bigger, you can make them smaller, and have your family or your siblings help you. It's a fun activity. And then put them back in the bag when you're all finished, when they're all dry. If you could put them all back in the bag, and then you will return them in the bag back to the Boys and Girls Club so that we can decorate our vehicle for Daffy weekend. All right. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you for the next activity for daffodil making. All right. Take care. Have a good day. Bye. Don't forget to clean up.